So what kind of car is this?
This is a 2006 Scion XA.
And this came out of a
2006 Scion TC.
And you want it just because of the cruise control stick?
Yes. So the XAs and the XBs, at least in this body style, never came with cruise control. So there were lots of third-party people who had cruise control modules that are third-party. Of course, they're really crappy. So I put this in, which is basically just you put a hole through the
it just sits there?
case there, and it sits there. The problem with where I placed it is it's directly in line with the steering wheel when I'm sitting, so you can't actually see it at all.
Well, first things first. I fuel up your car. You want to take off the negative terminal. Damn you metric cars.
Don't you own a metric car?
Still, damn you metric cars. Is there a non-metric car that's been built in the last?
Yeah, that's true.
I bet there is one. I just don't know what it is. So you want to disconnect your battery and let it sit for a while. So the airbag module discharges for two reasons. Number one, so it doesn't accidentally go off and kill you. And number two, so you don't accidentally set a code in the system, which if you do is basically a pain in the ass to clear out and sometimes requires a dealership visit in dollars. So that should be good. Well, first things first, down in the little holes on either side is a, what is this guy? Thorax, unknown, big screw that you have to take out. Yep, there's one on each side. And they're pretty tight. And they're captive, so you just loosen them until they skip and then pull your screwdriver out. Don't worry about it. Oh. I didn't want those coming out.
I think they'd want some random comedies where they rip the steering wheel.
Well, all those two screws do is hold in the airbag. So very gently pull out your airbag. If you have fingernails, this will go much easier. Ow. Actually, I'll just grab a screwdriver a bit. So very carefully pry up on these little yellow tabs, like so. And then like so. Make sure they're all the way up, and then these should just come off like so. Yet. This is your horn connection, and there's a little spring doodad right there that you got to compress in, and then it pulls right off. So I don't know if you can see that little tab there. You push that way and then pull straight up. Now if you have a death wish, take this, stack all your tools, rusty nails, so on and so forth on top of it.
Maybe a bunch of 9-volt batteries?
No, just scuff your feet and then touch the terminals. That's instantly a good way to get a Darwin Award. Ooh. Okay, so next unplug the rest of the harness. So if we take a look at the tool, this one has this big harness with just this extra blue wire, where this one has the same harness with the blue wire and then this extra 2-pin wire that goes down to the stock. So more than likely the stock is just like 4 resistors and switches. Or 19mm I should say. Well, that was a letdown.
fully torqued on there?
Yeah. So one nut. So a rock and pull.
Whee!
Some plastic.
Yep.
Leather.
You managed to find a Craftsman screwdriver that's older than my dad's Craftsman screwdriver.
Oh, these aren't all that old. I take them back every so often.
Oh, got any tools to replace? We could hit a Sears.
Not that I can think of. Those are more. Oh, there it is. More screws. Now, what are the screws? Were your wheels straight?
Yes.
Okay, good.
They are about as straight as they can be.
Otherwise, that'd be quite fail on our part. That little yellow guy shows up in the window there. So that's how you know if it's straight. Would be my guess. So now we unhook the car harness, which only has 4 wires. Or 5 wires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't have the 2 wires for the steering wheel.
Are the pins there?
Well, the pins are in the clock spring, I bet. Oh, you mean in the connector?
Yeah.
You got your flashlight on you?
I feel really stupid.
Have your flashlight?
Can you, like, find someplace to lodge it inside one of my, like, doors or something?
So, yeah, you need a connector. If you can get the connector, we probably can just pull a couple pins out of it and stuff them in there once we figure out where they go, but as is, that one ain't gonna do it. That came apart more than expected. Oh, that's how you get that off.
I'm replacing the clock spring because occasionally when you turn the wheel, the radio does random things. So I'm hoping there's a short or something in the clock spring that'll go away. And it was only like $10 to get a new one, so.
Okay. To get the airbag connector off, push this little springy bit all the way in that way, or grab it right here and pull it back, and then it pops right off. So here's the old cork spring. It's just a flex cable. That's pretty uninteresting. New clock spring. Here's the rest of the pieces. Shoves on just like that. Pull the orange safety clip. That's just to keep it from spinning. Ooh, much more 1, 2, or resistance, 2.5. 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't like the crunchy, but so don't forget to put back on your airbag connector first. should. Is that not?
There you go.
Boy. Yeah, you just gotta really smash that sucker on. Okay, clipped. Here's the radio and the cruise control connector, which we'll have to take this back apart in order to get those 2 pins.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of hoping it was wired up in the harness and into the car, so we just add the button in the solenoid and it would have been good to go, but nope. Okay, so that's on. That guy goes just like that. Double check your connectors are secure. Two black screws go up on top.
They prefer African American screws.
I wasn't gonna go there. And then the whitey down underneath. Or silver. Pull out your airbag clips while it's convenient. Do you remember which side was which?
There's a red and a black.
Okay.
On the airbag itself. It would be pretty,
all important nut. Should I just leave it out?
No Ruth would find it.
There'd be lots of what the fuck. I'm putting it on a little more tight than it was. There's probably an official torque for this. I don't think that's going anywhere. Hook up the electronics to clock spring and airbag. Oh sweet, they are color coded. So orange to orange. Make sure the clips are out. Kabam! And black to black.
And the horn wire.
Oh yeah, horn wire, should have done that first. Just leave that loose in there. Hit a bump. Meh. So horn wire goes on the little terminal. That's how that works.
He's so horny.
Man, it almost looks like it's supposed to go there. I'm gonna laugh when you're going down the street like, my steering's off to one side. unscrew.
We could have marked it beforehand, but
Well, we'd mark it on the old wheel. I guess we could have transferred it. And there you have it, steering wheel installed. Now let's go hook up the battery and see if it explodes.
no explosions yet.
Ooh. All yours.
Hold on.
Just a bunch of rollers.
Huh. Oh, so it just winds it up on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a split in it. Or maybe that. No, that's just dirt.
Oh yeah. This piece is bigger than the hole. Bigger one's bigger than the hole. Or it was upside down. Hey! Two. So there's the yellow. When they didn't pull out this guy when they did it, they just broke it off in the factory.
Oh, nice.
So 1, 2 and a half. Back to center. 1, 2 and a half. So I don't know what we could do with this, but okay, start your thing. See if it explodes.
If you wanted to put LEDs on your ceiling fan, only if it went a revolution and a half each direction.
Kind of a worthless ceiling fan at that point.
Oscillating fan?
Oscillating fan would work. Or maybe a turret. Horn works. Ass. Typically a good sign. No. There, just like new.